Will, I'm sorry. I saw on Twitter that the Splatfest was today, and that I knew you'd want to play, and I knew we had to get our E3 stuff done, and I wouldn't be able to get you away from the game, so I fibbed a little.
Keith, that's brave. It's also kind of clever. I'll give you that. But yeah, you're right. We should probably go ahead and get the E3 stuff out. Team Narwhal!
Hello everybody, welcome to the most wonderful time of the year in Game Talks. It's E3. Was that a good Mario E3?
Mm-hmm. I was waiting for you to say your name's Keith.
Oh yeah, my name's Keith.
My name's Will. That was a good one though, Keith. Yeah. That was a good one.
Sorry.
For E3 this year, Keith, I've devised a template by which we're going to go by.
Splendid.
We're coming on this a little bit late. Folks at home already know what happened
They're
to E3.
already inundated.
They know what
flooded
happened.
With info.
Mm-hmm. They know. So today, Keith, we're going to talk about what was important to us. What stood out from each press conference to us. Yep. I'm giving us, I'm calling them capital S spotlights.
Spotlights.
Your spotlight. You get to choose a spotlight for one of the 5 major press conferences. Let's go ahead and run through them. Nintendo, Microsoft, Square Enix, Bethesda, Ubisoft. I was like, did I say Ubisoft? Okay, Ubisoft. So
I hate counting things down. I always mess it up.
I know, yeah. So we're doing that. We get one spotlight, but for one press conference, we can choose 2 spotlights.
Well, only one press conference.
For one press conference, you can choose 2 spotlights. For every other press conference, you choose 1 spotlight.
You are limited to 1.
Now, some might say that this was done. The 2 spotlight rule was done entirely for me because I have a lot of things to talk about Nintendo. Now, you could theorize that.
You could.
You might not be entirely off base, but we're not here to theorize today. Yeah. We're here to talk about, let's just go ahead and talk about that one first. Nintendo, baby.
Nintendo.
The last one of the bunch, but the most important one to me.
Also, if you're going to watch, Kevin, we know you're out there. Others, if you're going to watch through all 5 of these videos, they will likely all be released within this week. You're seeing this one. Hopefully, I think this is a Monday. You're watching this, or it's coming out on a Monday. So keep us on track with these rules. If we break the rules, let us know.
Let us know. Keep on the lookout. Be vigilant.
But it's Nintendo.
Nintendo time, baby. Nintendo Direct. Mm-hmm. Now, before I share one of my spotlights, Keith, I just want to say it really amused me how they did the Bowser joke. You knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. They had a CGI Bowser come out, and he got confused. He thought he was the new president of Nintendo. Classic, just adorable.
Classic Bowser.
Doug Bowser himself walks out. He's like, Bowser, I got some bad news for you. You got to go. That's just so wholesome.
It was really long.
It was.
The amount of time that Bowser spent figuring it out.
Yeah.
That was a really long time.
It's like, we get it. Yeah. We get it.
But I enjoyed it.
Very amusing. That's just like classic Nintendo good vibes on E3 kind of stuff. They always have a little joke that they open up with normally.
And Bowser's one of those villains that, he can be the worst of the worst. Like Giga Bowser, I'm kidnapping Peach to marry her against her will, which we talked about the dark things associated
Honestly,
with that.
He's dark, guys.
But also, he's not really a villain. They're all just buddies.
They play golf together.
Yeah, they're all just playground buddies.
Yeah, basically. They're just playing good guys and bad guys, basically. Mm-hmm. So, my spotlight, Keith, I'm going to give it to my first spotlight.
Which we know you're going to use 2 here.
Yeah. Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's my spotlight, Keith.
Cool.
Keith, cool. Now, hear me out, Keith. I've never gotten super into an Animal Crossing game. I played a good bit of New Leaf, but I always felt like I was so behind everyone. Like, any of my friends that had it, their towns were so cool.
New Leaf is DS. Pocket Camp is mobile.
3DS. And Pocket Camp's mobile.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But, never quite got into one because I was never there on, the launch. And I feel like I need to be there at the zeitgeist,
Okay.
But this one did something that kind of, stands out to me that I thought some Animal Crossing fans might be mad about, but they're apparently happy about it. They made it a little bit more gamey in some regards.
Okay.
In the fact that there's this crafting system now.
Sure.
Where now everything that you pick up, instead of just being something you sell or being something that you can use as furniture, you can use multiple different things and craft a brand new item out of it.
Okay.
So it's kind of I don't want to say they took Animal Crossing and made it Breath of the Wild, but they definitely took a part of Breath of the Wild, I would say, and put it in there, made it a little bit more gamey. I feel like that's the kind of just adding an extra loop for me to keep me coming back to it.
I think that's the whole thing with new games. Even if someone says it could be the same thing and just look better, but you'll be, as soon as you get that, it's going to be you'll probably will be of the opinion, I wish there was something new. So I want to give you something new to do in there. Mm-hmm. I've never played my Animal Crossing experience. Shout outs to Patrick Gilmore, buddies back in the day. He had a GameCube and he played Animal Crossing, and I didn't get it then, and I don't get it now.
Fair enough.
But I'm happy for you.
Yeah. I think this one's just going to have more of like a step-by-step building it up process, because the way Animal Crossing has started traditionally is you move into a pretty established town already,
right,
and then it's up to you to like rearrange it.
Sure.
This one, you're moving into a getaway island. There's weeds everywhere you got to pick. You got to chop down all the trees. You got to put you can actually, in the older games, Keith, you could not put your own pathways down. You could use patterns, like things that you would use for a shirt, and like put down like tiles to make like makeshift roads, but you couldn't just like pave a road. And in this one, you can pave yourself little dirt roads,
like
and it's like you can make I feel like you can make your town like you want it to be more than ever. And
wonderful.
I'm into it. I'm gonna have a
Tell
good time.
me the end game. Tell me why. Is
end game?
there a why, or the why is just to exist in Animal Crossing?
The
land?
why is the peaceful moment to moment existence, and it's also the fruits of your labor.
Okay.
Day to day, it doesn't seem like you're doing a lot, but 3 months from now, that town's gonna be whipped right into shape, baby.
That's
like,
right.
That's what the fun comes to with me. And one other thing that's kind of bugged me, I hope they have a workaround for this one, is, I mean, a lot of people really like this. To me, it's always seemed kind of like kept me from getting into it.
Yeah.
People will game the original ones where you can time travel. You can tell your 3DS it's the next day, so you can get more stuff done in a day than you normally can. And so that's kind of like intimidated me, because it's like, if I'm not going to be time traveling, then I'm not going to get anything cool anytime soon. And I just want to play it like it's meant to be played, baby.
Yeah, well, let me make a comment to all those people out there who are gaming the system in Animal Crossing. Go find something more important to do. Just do something else. Are you that serious about Animal Crossing? Oh, I got work to do. I gotta get this stuff done.
You're talking directly to my friend Mary right now.
I'm sorry, Mary. I'm sorry. But
I love it.
I want you to consider it. Just consider the point of view. That if the game is about peaceful existence, there's no reason to jump through dimensions to get an extra, piece of wood for your house.
Quit mending time and space for Animal Crossing. Use this power for good.
Yeah.
Don't use it for this. Tom Nook's just trying to get by, man. Well, I guess Tom Nook is getting a lot of money through that. But,
go back in time and fix your mistakes. Don't go forward in time just to skip life away. Be an old and gray man in Animal Crossing.
It puts me in like an existential crisis, honestly, Keith. Like all these people just time traveling to check off little boxes.
Yeah.
What about existing, baby?
Yeah,
what about just
live.
sitting by the river? What about just hanging out with your little deer neighbor? Like, what about that? I don't know.
Do it. Just sit down and cast a line, brother. Just pass that time.
Love the idea of this game, Keith. And one more thing I'll say about it is it looks like the most relaxing of them all, purely because now, Keith, there is wind. You can see wind going through the trees.
Wow.
And the game looks so cartoony, but there's still very realistic things like that about it.
Okay.
That are just like, man, I'm in a real cartoon world right now.
I'm in a real cartoon world.
Yeah.
And then, what's that? Somebody just appeared out of a portal from the past.
Love it, Keith.
It's me. Oh, man.
I'll be playing that, Keith. You probably won't be.
Is Mary a subscriber? Does she watch?
I don't think so.
Okay, we're safe.
So. Yeah.
I was worried. I'm not an Animal Crossing player. I don't foresee that I will be an Animal Crossing player. Probably if I were to quit my job and play video games for a living somehow, which that's the dream. Maybe, but like now I have such limited time to play games. Like I'm not gonna like the leisurely games don't entice me so much anymore.
I think the way that your work situation is, where you find yourself with a good bit of free time.
That's true. Yeah,
that could be a very relaxing game to just do a little chores.
Yeah,
walk around.
You're right.
Talk to some neighbors.
I do have some slow times during the work hours. It wouldn't be bad too. I've been playing Mario Rabbids at work now, but
speaking
it's been
language,
a good time.
Keith.
Well, do you want to give another spotlight before I do mine, or you want me to go and then you finish it up? I think you probably ought to finish it up.
Okay, I'll finish it up.
All right, my spotlight for the Nintendo press conference, or the Nintendo Direct, is it's a surprising one for me. One might think, oh, that Breath of the Wild 2 reveal. Also, this feels sort of like a loophole that I get to mention other games, so I'm not going to do that too much. You might think, oh, maybe that because you just finished the first one and you really had a good time with it. No. I wasn't super into the idea of this game before. That is my spotlight, but that is Astral Chain. I think it's Astral Chain, not Astral Chains. I think it's one chain. Astral Chain. I looked at this game, I was like, that looks pretty cool. Someone has told me it's like a hack and slash combat action game or whatever. I do like those. Don't like Bayonetta only because I just can't play as that woman. Okay. I was talking to a coworker. He was like, "You feel like that? You ought to play Bayonetta." I was like, "I can't. I won't. I won't play as that woman. I don't. Not because she's a woman. I just don't like the way she looks. I don't like the. I look at her and I know I don't like what you're about. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bayonetta, and Mary, and everybody else who I'm going to offend in this thing."
He was pissing off the women's today.
Yeah. It's not about her being a woman. I'll play as a woman.
She is kind of freaky looking.
I played Horizon.
She's like 6 foot. She's like my height.
Yeah, like super tall, high heels. Like, girl, put on some flats to save the world. Good gravy. Anyway, or some boots. I'll play as Lara Croft. I'll play as Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Doesn't bother me one bit. Bayonetta, you're a little much.
She's a little extra.
You're a little extra for me.
Yeah.
But Astral Chain, anyway. I saw there was a trailer for it in the Direct. Not hooked at that moment, but in the Treehouse, which I went back and saw some of later, saw some gameplay. Looks like a lot of fun, that game. You know, wrapping people up in a chain with your extra little robot man and, you know, fighting people. It just looks like some good down-home hacking and slashing. And I'm pretty excited about that.
Graphics look really good, too. Graphics
Yeah,
look pretty good.
it looks
For
good.
Switch. Yeah.
I was worried. And that's the whole thing as well, is that I don't typically enjoy the Japanese style of these kind of things. I don't typically enjoy that art style. But when I looked at it, I was like, based on what's going on in this game, I think I could get over it.
It's kind of like, at least from the cutscenes, it looks kind of like Borderlands-y. Like Borderlands anime, sort of. It's got like some cell shading going on. Yeah,
Sure.
That's kind of what I get from it. But yeah, that game looks really interesting
So
too.
I want to give it a little, of course, you know, all the audience out there will give it a little extra push of all the people listening to this. But yeah,
Seal of approval.
I didn't want to take a huge one, you know. I didn't want to take the obvious.
Okay.
See if I can pull something out of there. But there's other games in the Nintendo Direct that I did find interesting, and now that I've watched more of it, I'm into them even more.
That one's coming out pretty soon too. August, I believe. It's like 2.5 months. So you'll be playing that pretty soon.
Can we say a quick prayer for our wallets?
For real. Keith, my next spotlight is kind of a weird spotlight.
Okay.
Kind of a almost negative spotlight.
Oh boy, what we got?
Keith, I was watching the Pokemon Treehouse part.
Oh no.
And the whole time,
Oh no.
yes, 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 yes. Wait a minute. What'd you just say, Masuda? Roll it back. Roll it back. This man says, that only Pokemon that are available natively in the Galar region can be transferred in from old games.
Oh no.
This would not be a huge deal to me, Keith, if when they launched the Pokemon Bank in 2013 on 3DS,
Bank.
which was the 3DS where you could transfer old DS Pokemon in and transfer them around to the 3DS games. When they released that, they were like, we're launching the next chapter of Pokemon. From here on out, all your Pokemon will be able to go with you throughout the future. They were like, our vision of this, she literally said, our vision of this is that one day a woman can give her Charizard to her granddaughter.
Wow.
Now you're telling me, well, Charizard's safe. We know Charizard's safe.
Yeah.
But what if her favorite Pokemon is, I don't know, Seedot? What if she loves Seedot and Seedot just didn't make the cut? Sorry, can't give that one to your granddaughter. It just hurts, Keith. It just hurts. But and I had a bit of a crisis of conscience where I was like, I swear, if Miltank's not in the game, I'm probably not going to get it. That was a lie. But I also feel like Miltank's probably safe, Keith, because there's no other Cal Pokemon. So unless they want to make a new Cal Pokemon, and they want a Cal Pokemon in this region, also
which nobody wants to be on that design team.
Also,
put you on the cow team.
Make us a cow.
Yeah.
But I think that because you know, Keith, that none of the Kanto Pokemon are going to have been cut.
Right.
The red and blue Pokemon, they're all safe. And if Tauros is safe, which is the bull, Miltank's got to be safe. That's my logic.
Is that how they mate?
I mean, yeah, they can mate together. Cool. It would just be weird if there was because Tauros is male only and Miltank's female only. So if there was just a boy cow Pokemon, but no, you know.
Not today's day and age, baby.
Exactly.
Not today.
But Keith, here's the thing.
Tell me.
At the end of the day, no matter what, I'm going to get this game.
You will.
And if anything, Keith, this has just proved to me that I'm in it for the long haul, baby.
Yep.
There's not much they can do.
There's nothing they can do to hurt you.
It'll hurt me.
Yeah.
It'll hurt me, but it won't hurt me enough.
Right.
Because as much as this hurts me, it would hurt me even more to not experience the new generation of Pokemon.
Something you said earlier has made me stop and start to think about that. Pokemon Bank. Their vision is for a woman to give a Pokemon to her granddaughter.
Yes. As an heirloom.
As an heirloom. I'm 25 years old. I have no children. let's say my children, I have a child tomorrow. My child doesn't have a child until 25 years later. I'm 50 years old. Mm-hmm. So 25 years hence, my grandchild is born. 10 years later, they're into Pokemon, maybe. Or 5 to 10 years later. Mm-hmm. We're talking like 30 years.
Mm-hmm. That was the dream, baby.
I'm keeping track of my Pokemon Bank username and password, and that it's going to make it 35 years? Yeah, right, Nintendo.
Well, the goal was that you were going to...
Yeah, right.
Well, because, see, Pokemon Home's the successor to that.
Good try.
So,
won't happen.
In a perfect world, Pokemon Home would have just been the new Pokemon Bank, but not if... I'm pretty sure Reuniclus isn't going to make it, Keith.
I'm sorry about that. It's just I got caught up in the idea that like that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
and it's a thing that you say.
If anyone was going to do it though, it would have been me.
You're right.
If anyone was going to give their grandchild a Pokemon, it was going to be me.
You're right.
So they better not ever take Miltank out of there. But, yeah.
You know that as a grandparent, you'll be like, I've had this Miltank for 40 years. There's no way I'm giving it to my grandkid.
You're probably right. Yeah. You're probably right.
I'll give you a new one.
The thing about it is, though, like my original Miltank, I don't have it anymore anyways because the last time between Gold and Silver and Ruby and Sapphire, there was a hard cut. You couldn't transfer them in from Gold and Silver to Ruby and Sapphire. Mm-hmm. So basically the oldest Pokemon you can have in a current game is Ruby and Sapphire. So my old Miltank is gone to the wind. But I have the one from Diamond and Pearl. So if my granddaughter is ever watching this in the future and you want the Miltank, I guess grandson either, let me know and I'll give it to you.
Okay.
So, yeah. Just kind of hurts me, Keith. Just hurts me a little bit. But
there's
still
got
gonna
to
get the
be
game.
Limitations. There's no way they think that's a great idea, right? They probably don't want to do that.
And honestly, Keith, I had never really considered it before, but it probably was unrealistic to assume that one day there would be a game with 2,000 Pokemon in it.
Yeah.
So
that's wild.
Yeah. And you got to think in the next game, they'll probably all the ones that weren't in Sword and Shield will be in that one. Yeah. So you can use them in the same generation. It just depends on which game they're in, probably. Sure. Yeah, it's just it's a weird start to a brave new world.
Yep, I may end up getting this game. Will I may do it.
Does look pretty cool, doesn't it?
I may do it.
Camera control.
If I got
camera control. I was worried about that whenever we first talked about Sword and Shield.
Everybody was.
Yeah, and it's only in the wild area, but yeah, camera control. Yeah. And the rest of the game is pretty much like standard Pokemon fare. But there's the wild area. And it seems like the wild area...
The wild area?
Yeah, it's the wild area. But it seems like it connects to all the towns. So you'll be going to different areas of the wild area throughout the adventure. Okay. Like it connects all the towns. It's like the hub of the region, it seems like.
I need to go watch it. I need to go watch that gameplay stuff.
It looks much bigger than I thought it was. I was worried that the trailer was being like kind of cutting corners, making it look bigger than it was. But once you see it all in the treehouse, it's like,
Do I create my character?
You don't create. Well, you can pick from like a preset, and then you can customize them. Yeah, you can customize them.
Okay.
I kind of like the default character's outfit though. I think she looks pretty swagged out.
Cool.
But so yeah, that's our Nintendo Spotlights, baby.
Yeah, Astral Chain, Pokemon Sword and Shield, positives and negatives, and Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Get out there and buy those games when they come out. Pre-order them. Spend your money. Give all that money to Nintendo. Don't teach them a lesson for keeping their prices really high.
Yeah.
We'll never teach them that lesson. Hope you've enjoyed E3. We would love to hear from you. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. The more you subscribe and give us feedback, the more we can give you in the future. I'm live on Twitch throughout the week. Will is on the Twitter.
At Wiltank, baby.
I'm on Twitter at Tank Media Games. We will see you in the next video on E3. We love you very much.